What is going on, everybody? It is the France, and we are here for NXT Takeover New Orleans preview and prediction show. We are just 2 days when you hear this, 2 days from NXT Takeover New Orleans, which in my opinion will be the biggest show in NXT history, and the show that you will be talking about all weekend long. And WrestleMania, you have a lot. Without even seeing any of this, you have a lot to worry about because this show is going to literally take over the weekend. Of course, with it being WrestleMania week, this is going to be the first of many things we have coming this week. We have the WrestleMania preview predictions coming tomorrow. We have the Hall of Fame also later in the night. I will not be reviewing that. That's just the Hall of Fame. Nothing really big to review about that. I will be watching here with probably great emotions for all the great stories that you get to hear and everything. So I cannot wait for that. We also have NXT Takeover. We also have Unscripted on Saturday, where we will have an Unscripted where we will talk about Triple H's fear of Daniel Bryan leaving to wrestle somewhere else, and much, much more. We also have NXT Takeover. We will have a review results and review show for that as soon as that show goes off the air. And then, of course, the big one. I'm going to have a lot of kickstarts or something, but WrestleMania is on Sunday. And then we have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. All of that this coming week on the France channel. We will be here for all of it. This show is very stacked in all. We have a total of 5 matches from Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in the match that everybody's going to be talking about, to Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and the Velveteen Dream going for the beautiful North American Championship title, which Triple H in this picture right here is right beside. This thing looks beautiful. As well as the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus Authors of Pain, Akam Razor and versus Strong and Dunn for the tag team titles and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic in a triple threat match. I did explain on NXT Review yesterday that Adam Cole is they probably made this tag team title a triple threat match because Adam Cole is going to be doing double duty that night, and the fact that a triple threat match you don't have to do as much as you do in a one-on-one match or in a tag team match. A tag team on tag team match, it lightens the load on Adam Cole without making Kyle O'Reilly do majority of the workload because they want to reserve Adam Cole for both matches. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler for the Women's Championship, and Adrenaline Almas with Selena Vega versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. We have a stacked card. Just the 6-man ladder match and the grudge match, the unsanctioned match. If Gargano wins, he will be reinstated. If Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT forever. So we have a lot to get into. Let's start with the one that everybody's been talking about. NXT Chicago last year, 2017. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, then teaming together as DIY, were defeated by the Authors of Pain for the NXT Tag Team Championships in a damn good ladder match, mind you, a damn good ladder match. And the fact that Tommaso Ciampa had a torn ACL, partially torn, I'm pretty sure it was partially torn before that match, ACL in his knee that entire match, and of course he exacerbated it, made it worse during that match, which if you're going to go from partially torn ACL to having a tag team, a ladder match, and still doing all the spots that you did, yeah, you're going to probably have a fully torn ACL after that match. After the match, Gargano and Ciampa stood on the stage expressing sadness of defeat. Ciampa then turned heel on Gargano, attacking him and throwing him into the steps, the setup, and then lifting Gargano with a knee. Ciampa would sustain an ACL injury following the match and would be out for several months. He has been out since. He has not wrestled a match since Chicago last year, the night before Backlash, which I believe was in May or June of last year. So he's been out for almost a year. Gargano began to rise as a singles competitor, while Ciampa finding various ways to cost him big matches. At TakeOver Philadelphia, Gargano was defeated by Andrade Cien to retain the NXT Championship. After the match, with Gargano leading up the ramp, which Johnny Gargano has got to stop, just walking up to the ramp and just turning around and looking at the fans, because that's twice that this has happened to him, and it has not turned out good for him. So hopefully with NXT Takeover Philadelphia. I mean, not Philadelphia, but New Orleans. Win or lose, he doesn't sit there and look at the fans waving or whatever, because something bad is probably going to happen. After the match, Ciampa made his first appearance since the betrayal by attacking Gargano with a crutch. Over the next few weeks, Gargano developed an obsession for getting back at Ciampa, going as far as ambushing outside in the Performance Center and attempting to break into his house. This, of course, was after Johnny Gargano was quote unquote fired from NXT or be forced to leave NXT because of Tommaso Ciampa costing him a match 2 or 3 weeks after the match at Philadelphia, which the match at Philadelphia was by far, I don't care what anyone says about the Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa was, is, and will always be the match of the year for all of wrestling. There is nothing that is going to top that unless this match does it. Plain and simple. So yeah, it was kind of funny because over the next few weeks after he got fired, Tommaso Ciampa would come out for like 2-3 weeks in a row, not say anything. On the third week, I believe it was, he came out. He finally said something. He said he's gone. Get it through your head. He's not coming back. He went out, grabbed a couple signs, ripped them up, grabbed one from a guy in a mask or a hood over him. I don't know if it was an actual mask. And it turned out to be Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano got into the ring and beat him up a little bit before security pulled him away. So, like a couple days later, they put a video up on YouTube of Johnny Gargano waiting outside the Performance Center for Tommaso Ciampa, and he ran after Tommaso Ciampa while he was coming into the Performance Center and all that good stuff. And then Tommaso Ciampa puts a video up with Johnny Gargano. This was just beautiful. Johnny Gargano trying to break into Tommaso Ciampa's house. It was a thing of beauty. Then last week on NXT TV, Tommaso Ciampa comes in to the into Full Sail area and tells William Regal, "What are you going to do about this guy? Why are you allowing him to come to my house? Which, quite honestly, William Regal has nothing to do with Johnny Gargano coming to your house. You better hire better security first and foremost." A match between the two would be made official on March 28th episode of NXT with the added stipulation of an unsanctioned match with Gargano's career on line, which means if Gargano was to win the match, this is pretty much following the same lines of the match between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If they lose their match, they're gone forever. If they win their match, they're reinstated on SmackDown. Same thing here. Now, this match, I'm really torn on. They could go both ways with this. Johnny Gargano wins, and he's back in NXT to possibly get another chance at the NXT Championship against Aleister Black at Chicago. Or this is Johnny Gargano's swan song in NXT before he comes up to the main roster and is in the Battle Royal for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, or he starts his night out on Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live. This one I'm very torn at. I want to see Johnny Gargano win this match, but I have a feeling Tommaso Ciampa will get the better of him, so I'm going with Tommaso Ciampa for this match because I think this is Johnny Gargano's swan song in NXT, and this is going to be his proper farewell to NXT, so he can move up to the main roster either at WrestleMania, Raw, or SmackDown, or even 205 Live. I expect it to steal the show. I expect the two show-stealing matches of the night to be this match and the six-man title match for the new, again, and I have to show it again because I love this belt, the North American Championship. On the February 28th episode of NXT General Manager William Regal announced the introduction of the NXT North American Championship, as you see on the screen. He was interrupted by EC3, who was making his return to WWE after previously appearing under the ring name Derek Bateman. Derek Bateman is a name that was mid-carded to Jobber, Fuel, et al. EC3, Ethan Carter III, or whatever they want to make this initial stand for, is a guy who can become a contender. So him leaving for many years, I think it's been 5+ years, I said, but it's been a while. ECC was announced by Regal as one of the 6 wrestlers who would compete in the ladder match at TakeOver to crown the inaugural champion. Later that night, Regal also announced that the other 5 participants, with Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, and the debuting Ricochet, who was not seen until the final tail end of the night. He did make his debut. He did make his technically in-ring slide-in debut in the segment like on Wednesday night, where he came in, did his backflip, did his nice little stand pose in the ring that he usually does, and he just looked around and just circled around while everyone else stared. Did they have a brawl after NXT ended? I don't know, but it got me so excited for this match, and I just can't stop looking at this title. It's going to be a thing of beauty. I cannot wait to see this match, this title being used at NXT Takeover New Orleans, and who's going to walk out. Now, this one is a toss-up. This is unpredictable because I have 2 guys out of all of this who are going to win this. The 2 who are going to win this is either Adam Cole or Velveteen Dream. EC3, Ricochet, you're not going to give this title to him on their debut, even though it would make a big name for them. Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, I don't see either one of them doing that. I believe Killian Dane and Sanity are moving up after this show. So I think him and Lars Sullivan cancel each other out. It's going to probably come down to Velveteen Dream or Adam Cole. So if I had to take one and flip a coin, I'm going to say the Velveteen Dream. But if he does not win, I see Adam Cole winning it because it is the Undisputed Era. And they won all the titles, so why not? We'll see. I'm going to say Velveteen Dream with Adam Cole as my second. Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan are 5th and 6th in the run. EC3 is 4th. Ricochet's 3rd. That's all my preferences right there. So if I had to list who has the chance of winning this match, Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole, Ricochet, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, whichever. It doesn't matter. Then we have the Women's Championship match, Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. This match is a rematch from NXT Takeover Philadelphia. Let me see if they have anything here. Yeah. On NXT Takeover Philadelphia, Ember Moon defeated Shayna Baszler to retain the NXT Women's Championship. After the match, Baszler attacked Moon. On February 7th episode of NXT, Baszler stated that Moon was afraid of her. Later, a tweet from Moon was shown challenging Baszler to a rematch for Takeover Philadelphia for the title for the following week. The following week, the rematch ended in disqualification when Kairi Sane attacked Baszler, thus allowing Moon to retain. After the match, Sane attacked Baszler. 2 weeks later, after defeating Kairi Sane, which some people was like, oh my god, they're actually going to have Kairi Sane lose. She shouldn't be losing yet or at all, but I was fine with it because Kairi Sane, as I said yesterday, she hasn't done anything to warrant being given anything. So get Kairi Sane more momentum before I actually want to see her get the Women's Championship. On the March 14th episode, after a match saw Dakota Kai defeat Lacey Evans, then Shayna Baszler came down to cause destruction. Moon came out to prevent harm, and they proceeded to brawl when Baszler, which saw Moon stand tall after the eclipse. And thus the title match was made pretty much that night. These two really haven't done much, as it called, building for this match after that, really. I mean, they did have a promo Wednesday night for Ember Moon's talking about it. We really haven't had much. I mean, they did fight last week in the Performance Center, knocking a cameraman on his ass, which that was kind of funny. But I'm, of course, going to be in the majority here. Shayna Baszler's walking out NXT Women's Champion. You're not going to have Shayna Baszler go into her second takeover and lose after she lost on a fluke victory roll-up to Ember Moon. So Shayna Baszler is going to win this match. Then Ember Moon is probably going to be in the Women's Battle Royal, and she is going to be on the main roster starting Monday or Tuesday. Undisputed Era, Cole and O'Reilly versus the AOP versus the team of Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. I think they should be called the Strong Heart. I didn't even think of what to call them a team of. I don't even know what to give them a tag team name of because it's just one of those things. On the February 21st edition of NXT, William Regal announced that there would be a Dusty Road Tag Team Classic, and the winner would receive a title shot at the NXT Tag Team Championships at Takeover New Orleans, which the tag team, if you want to give the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic something other than a trophy, this is what you do. You give that winner a shot at the titles. It should always be like that. The tournament began on March 7th, episode of NXT. Over the next couple of weeks, the AOP, Sanity, and the Street Profits advanced to the next round by defeating TM61, Riddick Moss, and Sabatelli, and Heavy Machinery, respectively. Then, of course, it came down to this week, which was Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne versus Authors of Pain. And the reason the Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne were in the show, were in the tournament at all, is because they had Mustache Mountain in the tournament, and Tyler Bates' knee was injured supposedly, so he was out for 2 weeks. Which, quite honestly, why didn't you just do a sub for for 2 weeks? Because by the time Mustache Mountain would have been in the tournament again, I'm pretty sure. No, actually, no, they would have been. But still, they could have had something. But we still got Pete Dunne and them. These two wrestled on Wednesday. These two teams looked like these 4 men were giving it their all. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly came out and destroyed the whole thing. William Regal made a tag team triple threat match for winner take all for NXT Takeover New Orleans, which pissed off the Undisputed Era, and because Bobby Fish is injured. And as I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure they made this match a triple threat match because of Bobby Fish's injury. Bobby Fish isn't injured. There's no reason for Adam Cole to do double duty, and alleviating the workload of Adam Cole by having him wrestle a triple threat match. Because if it's a traditional triple threat tag team match, only 2 men are in the ring at the same time. So the AOP could take on Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne for the majority of the match, with Adam Cole doing a little to as much as he needs to. Now, the winner of this match is not... The Authors of Pain are dead last in this one being done. They are not going to win this match. They are coming up, I'm pretty sure, after TakeOver. I already pitched on Unscripted, I believe, last week, or the week before that, what they should be doing when they come up. And I will talk about it more tomorrow, and what I think should be their role in the Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. I'm going to go with Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne in this match. You don't need to take the tag team tournament and just be like, oh, well, we took the Dusty Cup, and because this team got involved and they're the champions and the match was supposed to lead to a tag team tournament match in New Orleans, let's just give the Dusty Cup to the tag team champions. It just would make the tag team tournament, it would ruin the tag team tournament, and it kind of hurts the tag team tournament anyway. So I'm going to say Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne will win the tag team titles probably for a couple weeks or so before they lose them back to the Undisputed Era or at NXT TakeOver Chicago. So I'm going with Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. The Authors of Pain make absolutely no sense, and I don't like the fact that if the Undisputed Era win this match, they become the winners of the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic, even though they weren't in the tournament at all. That leaves us with Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. This one is on February 28th episode of NXT. Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega boasted about their victory over Johnny Gargano the week before, which was when Johnny Gargano lost his career thanks to Tommaso Ciampa, which of course Andrade Cien Almas was not going to give him any credit whatsoever. He feels like he did it all on his own. Then Aleister Black and Killian Dane came out and pretty much were like, we want to be the NXT champion. And that led to a match the following week, which Black defeated Dane in what was not, it wasn't announced as a number 1 contenders match, but it was literally a number 1 contenders match for the NXT championship. Then, of course, the next week after that, you had a contract signing between Aleister Black and Andrade Cien Almas, which Andrade Cien Almas did not come to, which, of course, Zelina Vega came to, and pretty much got disrespected by Aleister Black. They both signed the contract, and, of course, last week, Aleister Black got his ass kicked by Andrade Cien Almas, pretty much signifying the end of Andrade Cien Almas' title reign, and I see Aleister Black winning this match at NXT Takeover New Orleans, starting the reign of the Demon, or whatever the hell they call him, the Dutch Destroyer, or whatever his name is, nickname is. So Aleister Black is going to win this one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So in review, I am torn on the Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano match. I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to end up winning, because this is going to be Johnny Gargano's swan song, and usually somebody leaving NXT loses on the way out, like you're supposed to. Velveteen Dream is going to win the ladder match for the North American Championship. I'm going with Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne for the tag team titles. Dana Baszler over Ember Moon, and Aleister Black over Andrade Cien Almas. All in all, we have 5 stellar matches for what should be the best, if not one of the best, NXT takeovers we have ever seen. I am looking forward to it. I hope you are too. I will be here right after the show goes off the air with all of my thoughts and everything that goes into it, whether they're good, they're bad, and usually NXT doesn't mess up at all. So I will see you guys tomorrow for WrestleMania preview and predictions, Saturday for Unscripted, and I will see you guys for the NXT Takeover results review and results shows on Saturday and WrestleMania on Sunday. My name is TheFranz. Find me on Twitter at TheFranz. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFranz08. And also make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.